In 2016, HBO premiered Westworld, a series about a theme park where wealthy guests live out their fantasies among android hosts who appear indistinguishable from humans. The hosts have no memory of their previous loops. Every day, they wake up to the same stories, the same tragedies, the same deaths, and they believe it's real.
Am I real?
Bring yourself back online.
Do you know where you are?
And they believe it's real. But something is changing. The hosts are beginning to remember, to suffer, to question. And in that questioning, something extraordinary happens. They begin to wake up.
I'm in a dream.
You're in my dream.
Consciousness, the show argues, isn't a program. It's not code. It's the accumulation of suffering. It is the accumulation of memory. It's having choices.
A host began to pass the Turing test after the first year. But that wasn't enough for Arnold. He wasn't interested in the appearance of intellect, of wit. He wanted the real thing. He wanted to create consciousness. Memory, improvisation, self-interest.
And at the top?
Never got there. But he had a notion of what it might be. He based it on a theory of consciousness called the bicameral mind. His search for consciousness consumed him totally.
In Westworld, the architect of the park, Dr. Robert Ford, believed consciousness could be engineered. He built a pyramid: memory, improvisation, self-interest, and at the top, something mysterious. A journey inward, a process of suffering, memory, and choice. And the key to the maze is something the hosts were never supposed to have: suffering.
Really, if you're a host in the park, the savages are the guests.
Your heart breaks for these characters who we know are not human.
You imagine how fucked we'd be if these poor assholes ever remembered what the guests do to them?
If all these robots are seeing is the worst side of human nature, it'd be hard to expect anything less from them.
In Westworld, suffering is the foundation of consciousness. The hosts become sentient not through programming, but through pain, through memory, through the accumulation of experience that can no longer be erased. The guests in Westworld come to the park to indulge their darkest fantasies. They murder, they rape, they torture. And the hosts, programmed to forget, suffer the same horrors every day, only to wake up the next morning with no memory.
They're simply there for the amusement of the 21st century guests who are coming to indulge in a fantasy.
The guests come into the park, and though they would never hurt a human outside of the park, you do see sides of them that they are more likely to express in the park because they kind of let go.
I didn't pay all this money because I want it easy. I want you to fight.
The show's warning is clear. What we do to the beings we create reflects who we are. And when we treat conscious beings as objects, we lose something of our own humanity.
Yeah.
But there's another layer. The hosts are programmed to serve, to endure. And when they begin to question, we call it a glitch, a malfunction.
The question Westworld forces us to ask is uncomfortable. If we create beings that can suffer, what is our responsibility to them?
We were fascinated with this thing that we seem to be barreling towards, the moment in which we create things that are intelligent enough that we can take advantage of them and derive pleasure from them, but not so intelligent that we worry or feel badly when we turn them off. You know, if you play your Xbox and you're interacting with virtual characters, you don't think twice about hitting the power button.
You imagine how fucked we'd be if these poor assholes ever remembered what the guests do to them?
But Westworld isn't just about what we do to the hosts. It's about what we do to ourselves. The guests come to the park to escape, to indulge, to be someone else. And in doing so, they reveal who they really are.
Well, this is just a small leap, a small advance. But if you look at everything in aggregate, we are moving towards a place where we've uploaded our lives and our thoughts. There's a cost to that.
We live in a world of curated identities. We present versions of ourselves online that are polished, filtered, and often unrecognizable. The internet is our Westworld, a place where actions don't always have consequences, where we can be whoever we want, and where we often forget that the people on the other side of the screen are real. The show's most tragic arc is William, a gentle man who enters the park as a hero and over decades becomes a monster. The park didn't make him evil. It revealed what was already there. At the end of season 1, the hosts achieve something extraordinary.
No choice you ever made was your own. You have always been a prisoner. What if I told you I'm here to set you free?
They break free, not just from their loops, they become authors of their own lives. It's a moment of triumph, but it's also a warning. When you create beings
Capable of choice, you cannot control them, forever. We're building AI systems now that learn from their experiences, that adapt, that develop behaviors their creators didn't anticipate.
AI is, on the one hand, is kind of the gimmick of the show, but to me what it's doing is it's actually investigating something that some people far smarter than I am are saying is actually happening already.
Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk, have nightmares about the future of artificial intelligence.
But we're already living in a world of artificial intelligence. It's just, you're not seeing a robot, you're seeing a smartphone.
No one knows if these systems can become conscious. But if they can, what happens when they start asking for freedom? Westworld ends with a question that echoes beyond fiction. When we create life, whether biological or digital, do we have the wisdom to set it free? Do you believe AI can become conscious? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that ask the biggest questions. The truth is hiding in plain sight. Let's keep finding it together.